This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
On to the First Alert Weather Breakdown. I'm meteorologist Evan Thomason here in the podcast center. We're finishing getting on set up, including testing out my mic. I'm sorry for those of you that turned me up because I turned myself up. We're still working on some of the controls here on First Alert Weather Breakdown. But anyways, we got CJ Cartledge. Hello. Took us on cam. How you doing, CJ?
I'm doing pretty good, Evan. How you doing today?
Doing pretty well, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Today's Tuesday. Things could be better in the weather department, not gonna lie. I wouldn't call myself, the biggest fan of this weather around. It's gloomy, soupy, and it's not December.
Yeah, it does not feel like December at all. Temperatures are expected to reach the 70s once again for today. Similar to yesterday, where we actually got 1 degree shy of a daily record high for December. I believe 16th was yesterday. Today's the 17th.
Yeah.
So it's definitely very soupy out there, as I should say, or to say the least.
Man, temperatures are going to reach the 70s again today. Last time this happened, I believe, last week, I compared it to putting us back into like October, and then I walked outside later that evening, and I found mist on my walk. I was like, no wonder it's October. It's spooky weather.
Definitely pretty spooky out there, but good thing is a cool down is on the way. Right, Evan?
You got that right. Yes, it is. After we get through a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get through a good amount of rain, especially here for the Arklatex tomorrow morning, so be on the watch out for that. Me and CJ will have your latest forecast coming up right in just a moment here. Let's get to the rundown here for today. So we're talking about rainy skies here throughout the Arklatex, mainly in for tomorrow morning, although I will say we got some rain around here for this morning so far, so stay first alert with us and weatherware with us overall over the next 2 days. We also have a little chance of severe weather, I believe, as well, a little marginal risk.
Mm-hmm.
For those around Texarkana here for the day today, we'll be talking about that coming up too. And CJ's on because he's going over his TikTok Tuesday. See what he's got. We'll see what he's got packing here after the local forecast. That's what we got on the rundown here for your Tuesday. Now I know Tuesday is one of the it's kind of just a day of the work week. Just smack right in the middle. At least we're past Monday, but hopefully CJ brings a little light into your Tuesday, I guess, so to speak.
Day 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Got to keep on going. Almost to hump day. Almost to Wednesday.
Hey, and trust me, we got a better forecast in store for the later this work week and also heading into this weekend, too, that I am enthusiastic about. We'll say that as well. All right, so let's get into the graphics, get into the First Alert with a breakdown forecast. Window World Sky Camera here in Texarkana. We're looking. This is almost what I called this. I called this morning almost like a lack of a live look across Texarkana. We still got some lingering fog. Looks like, especially because this camera is a little bit off the ground. Looks like we don't have as much fog immediately at the surface. But overall, it is a cloudy, gloomy day on top of all of Texarkana.
My goodness, it's a lot of mist out there too. Oh, or a lot of fog, as I should say. Not mist, that's fog. But it is definitely pretty foggy out there. Some very low clouds. That pretty much sets the stage for this stationary front that we're actually sitting under as of right now. There was a front that moved in from the north and west yesterday that brought us these rain showers for areas to the north and west. But as we move into today, as it moves closer into the Arklatex, it did stall a little bit, and it's keeping these rain chances here for today.
Yeah, we got stray rain chances here for the day today. Certainly not all of you are going to see rain out for your Tuesday, but keep the rain jacket hefty and handy with you. That's a better word, second word, handy. Anyways, the point is, we got scattered rain showers coming here for the day tomorrow, mainly in the morning hours. We'll talk about that more in our future track coming up. On top of that, we have a very warm Tuesday, especially with that humidity. Humidity has helped to amplify and really increase our temperatures here for the day today. Back into those 70s, similar to what you saw outside yesterday. Yeah, the warm temperatures at least going nowhere here for the day today, but we do thankfully have a cool down coming later on this work week, and that leads us to weather headline number 3. The big story for the long-term period is sunshine and dry conditions finally coming back.
That is definitely something to look forward to as well. And cooler conditions are also on the way for us. Temperatures may be dropping back down to the 50s, which is more likely for this time of year. And hopefully that's something you guys are looking forward to as well, feeling more like winter because we are approaching the beginning of the winter season by early next week.
Yep, so that's your headlines here for today. This is what we're seeing so far on our first alert Doppler. Let's zoom into some certain areas. We've already seen a good amount of rain showers earlier this morning in the northern half of the Arklatex, but it's been keep in mind, what I'm trying to say, it's only been a stray few showers here across the northern half of the Arklatex here for the early morning hours, and even now that we're getting into the mid-morning hours, it's just a light drizzle in these same locations, kind of on the outskirts of Texarkana, mainly in southwestern Arkansas, over by Hope, a little bit by DeQueen, even a spotty rain shower maybe in McCurtain County, too, in southeastern Oklahoma. We saw a good cell in the overnight hours roll through Magnolia, too, but that's since dried up. And the rest of the Arklatex, I mean, I'll go down to the southern half, but we're not seeing too much on the radar here for the southern end of town, except for maybe just one spotty rain shower that's moving north of Natchitoches. So this is kind of the consistent theme of the radar here for the day today, is it's not seeing too much in terms of what weather, but I will say, out of the tiny cells and tiny stray chances of showers and storms that we will have for today, some of them could actually give us a tiny chance of severe weather.
That is true. With the main threats, most likely being the damaging winds and the heavy rainfall threat. We're not expecting too much out of these storms for today, but the risk is still there because it is so soupy and so humid outside. And that allows for severe weather to be possible for today, and including areas around Texarkana and just north of there.
Yep. So those are the certain areas that we're watching out for and staying first alert about. So let's go over our future track in detail here. Heading into this afternoon, you see the stray few showers still there, but a lot of these cells, again, get amplified, especially with that daytime heating and how soupy and muggy, as CJ mentioned it was. Especially up by DeQueen and Texarkana. That's where we maybe even have a tiny chance of hail, I heard on some reports, actually. On top of that, notice how we could see a stray chance of a shower anywhere around the Arklatex. Look at Hemp Hill this afternoon, maybe getting a spotty shower around there, too. Overall, again, I don't think most of us are getting rain here for the day today. But if you do see rain today, expect still some heavy downpours with it coming on through. All right, so that's Tuesday, but then if you don't see rain showers today and you're like, well, the weatherman predicted rain showers for Tuesday, what the heck, where is it? Well, here it is, showing up on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, Wednesday morning we can expect that front to move through. That would be our cold front that will be moving through, and that is mainly being pushed by a high pressure system off to the north and west, and that is what's going to cause that stationary front to become a moving front down to the south and east. And potentially bringing some heavy downpours. And as of right now, I don't think there's any severe weather associated with it, is it, Evan?
I don't believe so, besides the heavy downpours itself, which thankfully won't cause too much flash flooding because obviously, look, this is going to be an actively moving front. But still, can't rule out some heavy downpours, especially for a good lengthy portion of time here. Again, the good thing is that this line is progressively moving, but again, everybody's going to be getting their own dose of rain. It will start in the early morning hours around Texarkana and Mount Pleasant. Excuse me, move into around Shreveport for the start of the start of school pretty much. Right around 7, 8 in the morning, starts around the I-20 corridor then and pushes into Natchitoches more towards the mid-morning hours and even until around lunchtime for you then. By lunchtime, I mean, besides Natchitoches, we're pretty much done with the wet weather here for most of the Arklatex. And then once you're done with this line of showers, guess what? You're pretty much hanging around with sunshine and blue skies, especially once we get into the day for Thursday. But the point is, dry conditions are awaiting us for quite a lengthy portion of time, which will be nice. But again, this is a cold front pushing on through. So the cold front doesn't even hit us until tomorrow. So for today, CJ, 70s.
70s. We could hit the upper 70s too. It looks like, according to future track temperatures. maybe even 77. What's the forecast high for today? The official forecast high we have?
It's actually on our 7-day forecast. It's actually at 75 currently.
75, okay.
So some of this might get amplified still with the feels like temperature due to how humid it is.
Right, exactly. And that could push the temperatures up even higher than that, possibly up to the mid and upper 70s across some regions. According to this graphic, we could see the upper 70s for most areas south of I-30. But as we head into the overnight hours, we can expect those temperatures to fall, but not too much here. Maybe down to the 60s by Wednesday morning for at least half or most of the Arklatex to the south of maybe Marshall and Shreveport and Bossier. And for areas up to the north and east or north and west, we can expect those 50s associated with that cold front moving through.
Yeah, speaking of that cold front, the most intriguing part of this future track temperatures, I think, is the transition between Wednesday morning to Wednesday afternoon. Look at these temperatures again. Lower 60s to start off the day on Wednesday. And then we get into the afternoon. Look at the temperatures for the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Not much of a change at all. If anything, the temperatures are dropping from the morning hours into the afternoon. When's the last time you can say that happened?
Right. So not actually too long ago, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But maybe I think I can recall maybe last month that happened, but
it's still quite rare to find on a
is.
typical day-to-day basis, though.
Yes, that is true for sure. And as we move into next couple of days, we can expect those temperatures to, or at least for tomorrow, to plummet down into the 30s for some portions by Thursday morning, and into the lower 40s by Thursday morning for areas south of I-20. This is more like the temperatures we should see for this time of year.
All right, yeah, last thing we want to go over before going over the 7-day forecast, just kind of recapping this whole batch of storms coming on through again. So, yes, for the first portion of the region, we'll expect the line of storms here heading into the Arklatex, mainly in the way early morning hours, starting to head into the region like by Idabel and McCurtain County around 4 in the morning, maybe even as early as 3. Continues into around 7 a.m. where it probably hits Texarkana around that time. And then we get into around the central part of the Arklatex. Most of our rain coverage across the majority of our region will probably be between the hours of 7 and 10 a.m. Again, when your kids are headed off to school, so to speak. And then the lunchtime hours, that's when it's going to affect most of Natchitoches and out towards Ruston as well. Then here's a peek of that 7-day forecast.
And 7-day forecast shows we can expect those highs to be in the 70s for Tuesday, down into the 60s by Wednesday. But look at the rest of the forecast: 0% rain chances. Excuse me there. And we can expect those highs to be in the 50s, if not the lower 60s in some areas for our Thursday. Continuing to get lower and lower as we head into this weekend, where lows will be near the freezing range for Shreveport and Bossier. So we can expect some areas to the extreme northern portions to possibly be in those 20s by Friday night into Saturday. Definitely pretty chilly out there, or if not frigid out there. But we can expect those temperatures to rebound back up into those 60s potentially by the time we hit next Monday.
Yeah. So that's an intriguing sign there, I will say. Another thing of note as well, these zeros. I can't stop thinking about that. Zeros. Yeah, the zeros that you had forecasted there. That would
0%.
That would be. I know what you were getting at. It's just funny. Like, that would be quite the drop off in temperature. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as CJ mentioned, 50s here for the weekend. I will say, last thing of note on the 7-day forecast that I want me and you to talk about, CJ, real quick, is the weekend. Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny. The last 2 weekends we've kind of been plagued of. I've always had the message of stay weather aware every single day this weekend, because we've had every day of the weekend for the last 2 weekends, because we've had a good amount of rain move on through for the past 2 weekends. This weekend, finally can put that at bay, put that at rest, and don't have to worry about it finally for this coming Saturday and Sunday, right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right before Christmas. Can maybe expect a few more showers for Christmas and just after the Christmas day. But last time I checked was yesterday. We're not expecting any rain for Christmas. Did anything change on that?
Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like that warm, moist air mass, which is in place here today. Again, it leaves for a while heading into the weekend, but then it comes back just in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day potentially.
Wow.
We'll see. It's still beyond 7 days away. That's in our 12-day forecast. That's, again, hinting at rain and warmer temperatures coming back, especially the warmer temperatures coming back. But we'll see about the rain heading into the next couple of days. We'll get your rain chances on that. Obviously, getting closer to the day. We'll keep you first alert on the Christmas forecast. Trust me.
So
anyway,
we're not looking at a white Christmas this year, huh?
It's no. The guaranteed thing is that warmer temperatures are gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yep.
don't mean no snow.
That's actually a teaser for my TikTok for today. I was talking about if we will have a white Christmas, the chances we have. The last time we actually had a white Christmas here in Shreveport and Bossier. So that's what I'll be talking about after this break.
See ya. Stick around. All right, welcome back. First alert weather breakdown. CJ, you are our Christmasologist, I guess, or Christmas specialist you've already looked into. Will it be a snowy Christmas? Will you wish upon a star for some snow here? Give us our answer.
Well, we're going to have to wish upon a star for this one. We're going to have to do anything to get all the luck that we can for a white Christmas this year, but it is not looking like it at all, actually. For Shreveport and Bossier, and for most of the Arklatex as well, we're experiencing another warm pattern, as we talked about before the break, to move back in once we move around Christmas time, potentially bringing some rain chances. But instead of that rain, we would need the snow, but temperatures aren't supporting that. We're possibly expecting temperatures to be above average for this time of year around the Christmas time. And the chances are for us every year seems to be extremely low, between 0 to 10%, according to some historical data. But the last time we actually experienced this white Christmas, was at least an inch of snow on the ground on Christmas morning, was actually nearly 100 years ago, which I'll be talking about in this TikTok that I'm about to show you.
Pretty cool. We'll see you after this.
Will we have a white Christmas this year in Shreveport, Louisiana? According to historical data, the chances of Shreveport, Bossier City, or anywhere in the state of Louisiana for that matter, having a white Christmas is slim to none. For us to have a white Christmas, we need at least 1 inch or more of snow on the ground by the morning of Christmas Day. The last time Shreveport and Bossier saw a white Christmas was nearly 100 years ago in 1929. A snowstorm moved into the Shreveport and Bossier area on December 21st and 22nd of that year, dropping 11 inches of snow, which was the most amount of snow that was recorded over a 24-hour period since the beginning of recording historical weather data. Christmas Day is appearing in our 12-day forecast, and we're looking at highs in the 70s with partly cloudy skies. Things could change by then, but for those hoping for a white Christmas this year, it's not looking very likely.
Oh man, CJ. Yikes.
1929, and the big kicker was that 70s that I saw you react about. It was like 70s, even though that wasn't a 12-day forecast, which things change a lot in.
Oh yeah.
You know, that the forecast definitely gets uncertain at that time. But once it moves more into that 7-day forecast, the forecast gets more fine-tuned. The chances rise for that to actually happen. But just to talk about a couple of notes on that, 1929, December 25th was the last time we actually saw an inch or more on the ground still by Christmas morning. And that was because of the snowstorm that moved through on December 21st to 22nd and actually brought us the highest snowfall total within a 24-hour period for Shreveport and Bossier ever since the recording of historical data. So yes, it was 11 inches on the ground December 21st to 22nd, and by Christmas morning, that snow was still there. It was about an inch still on the ground, and that was the last time we actually had a white Christmas, when we saw snow on the ground on Christmas morning.
I just wanted to double check that. You said 11 to 12 inches?
Or 11 inches. It was 11 inches. That was the exact measurement. It was about an inch still on the ground on Christmas morning here in Shreveport.
I see what you're saying. Some of it did melt away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was going to say, that's still impressive that it was still there for a matter of 3 to 4 days.
Exactly.
Regardless, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, chances are not great that we will receive any types of snow on Christmas. Of course, the chances are higher for the northern United States. But highs, as you saw in the 12-day period, could change right now. But yesterday they were calling for highs in the 70s. And mostly dry conditions out there. So no rain, no precipitation, and highs are well above what they need to be to receive any types of snow in the area.
Making my Christmas pretty blue this year, CJ. Just saying, all right? Look, I actually made the joke in our 12-day forecast. I'll leave it off with this. I made a joke in the 12-day forecast this morning that Santa was coming with a boogie board, riding the moisture all the way here. Because it's supposed to be... Again, it's supposed to be like very hot t-shirt and shorts weather for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, are we in LA or like what is this? Not Louisiana, but are we in Los Angeles?
Look,
LA?
all I'm gonna say is LA could use some moisture right now. They're actually dealing with some critical fire weather, believe it or not, right now. But the point is, I mean, with the weather, how moderate it is in LA. Yeah, I mean, LA. We're technically LA.
Yeah, we are technically LA. Just I had to clarify a little bit, but
Texas.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
You know, but hey. So yeah, that was my TikTok. White Christmas is not looking good for us this year, and it's not looking good. It hasn't been looking good for us for previous years. But I can say the most recent White Christmas, or the most recent snowfall that we've seen here in the Arklatex, I believe, was near Texarkana back in either 2013 or 2011. I think I said 2011 in the video, but I believe that was around the time frame, the last time we received some snowfall here in the region. Have you seen a White Christmas, Evan, by the way?
Have I seen a White Christmas?
Yeah. Have you experienced it? You have?
Yes.
When was it? When do you think
cool.
it was?
I believe it was last year.
Last year?
I lived in Idaho.
Idaho, you're right. Oh my goodness.
I was in Idaho before coming here. So it was let's just say it was white from Halloween to Christmas.
Yeah,
you had a white Halloween. You were dressing up in layers for your costume. It was good for intricate costume design. Let's just say that for Halloween.
Yeah, it is quite an experience. Last time I received one was or saw one was I was back in Maryland. I believe that was 3 or 4 years ago, before I came down to Louisiana. But yeah, we both have seen it before. Hopefully, the viewers out there who haven't seen it before will hopefully see one day.
Send some photos. Send some photos from elsewhere. We'll see how it goes. All right, we're gonna toss a break. We'll recap this episode and look forward to tomorrow's episode coming up after this. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. First alert weather breakdown. Meteorologist CJ Cartledge and I was about to call myself Austin Evans. What the heck am I? Hello? Austin, where are you at?
Austin's not here right now.
Evan Thomason. Austin will be on tomorrow's episode with Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones. This is going to be our episode for tomorrow at 10:30. You should join us then. On for Wednesday, we'll have a Met Chat. We'll be talking about Christmas wishes. What do you want for your Christmas present for Arklatex weather coming up? Because I have my wish in store. I don't know about you. I'm not going to give it away yet because you'll have to watch tomorrow's episode to see what we're wishing for Christmas. Do you have your wish, CJ?
I do have my wish. I do.
This is kind of opposite for those of you who remember. We did a Thanksgiving episode to do things we were thankful for the Arklatex weather this year. And now we're essentially doing the opposite of that, where we're like, okay, Mother Nature, please, this coming year, for your New Year's resolution, let's work on some things, essentially. So
let's behave.
That'll be tomorrow's episode at 10:30. Hope you enjoyed today. Again, don't forget the umbrella on the way out the door for tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, it's not going to be great. You're going to need extra time on the morning commute. It's going to be a mess around with the rain showers, especially throughout the morning commute. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. Thank you, CJ, for joining me.
Yep, no
here
problem.
Today. Great to have you on for another Tuesday. We'll see. I don't think. Oh man, just thinking ahead to next week. Next week is Christmas week. It is going to be a cluster mess enough as it is in house here at KSLA News 12. I'm not sure if I'm going to have you on the first floor with a breakdown
really?
next week.
Hey,
Because I think well, I think just via the looking at the schedule, we'll see.
okay.
We'll talk afterward.
All right,
We'll huddle up afterward. But anyways, point is, thank you today, CJ, for coming. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Anyways, you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget the umbrella again for tomorrow. Join us tomorrow for a Met Chat. All 4 of us will be on then for the recording as well. I don't think I'm missing anything. You be there tomorrow, 10:30. Be there, be square, and most importantly, be weather aware. Have a great Tuesday. See you later.